You know, this may not be the most major achievement in the world, but to me this is something special. Hello! My name is Gallade, and welcome to the PWC. It's been a while since we've been here, but I didn't want to abandon this place, so I came back to it. Welcome to Season 7, and our 100 subscriber special. I won't waste too much time, but I'm just going to say thank you all so much for getting it this far. Like, I never thought I would get this far at all. Like, this may not be a big accomplishment in the grand scheme of things, but to me, you know what? This is a big deal. And we're only gonna get better from here. But how do we celebrate getting 100 subs? By shooting ourselves in the foot with a ball. If you remember, last season's gimmick was we had to have a lower tier mod that came to every game. And the same applied to this season, and we brought the ball. Now, let's talk. The reason we chose Voltorb is simple. Voltorb's dex entry is number 100, so we chose Voltorb for the 100th subscriber. So let's talk about what Voltorb does do. First off, we chose the Hisuian variant because it actually does have a niche beyond clicking Thunder Wave. She can be surprisingly useful. It has a Mento to get us out and into something special, and it can set up dual screens in case we need to set up for a sweeper. And that's what I built this team around, is making sure that Voltorb's paralysis could make a difference. So you'll see a bunch of slower threats meant to really capitalize off of this. First one to do so, the Bundler! Surprisingly, they allowed this thing. Last season there was a bunch of... Now here's how this league works. You can either have one S plus Pokemon, which are usually banned ones, or two S tiers. They love this thing in S. Hey, I'm not gonna complain about abusing things. And you'll see later, that's the theme of the season, we're just going to abuse things that should have been banned. Now, Iron Bundle, it only needs, like, 3 moves. Hydro Pump, Freeze Dry, and Flip Turn. Sure, it can run something else, like maybe Air Cutter, if we want to. But it really only needs 2 moves. It's the Gardevoir of this season. Sort of, that's actually a lie. That thing is a terrifying late-game sweeper, and it can chip things down for our main cooks to go to work. The theme of this season is going to be cooking. And we're cooking up something good. Voltorb is one of the chefs. Just know that much. And now one of our other chefs, something that should not be legal. Como in S tier with Clangorous Soul. Yeah, we're allowed to Omni Boost. And you better believe, we are going to make them regret allowing the Omni Boost. Because Omni Boosting is stupid. Say what you want about the quad weakness to Fairy, but we have the power! Omni boosting with Como is deadly. Stores Anything could be cool if we want to go with the paralysis route and let our cooks do their thing. This thing is overall very deadly, and unlike most of our other dragons, like Dragonite or Salamence, this thing does run a very respectable special sweeper set, which is something I do want to take advantage of at least once during the season. Not only that, we can actually play around with its immunities a little bit to take down specific threats, like say something that's choice locked in the Moonblast, who got a little too cocky with Bulletproof. And now, the main man, well, one of the main man, in A tier, not even S, Hisuian Arcanine. I said earlier that Iron Bundle was the Darmanitan of the season, and I said that was a lie for reasons you'd see later. This is the reason why. This thing, just give it a choice band, click Head Smash or Flare Blitz, depending on what's in, and something dies! Like, this is a instant kill button. This thing pushes buttons more than any Pokemon ever before. Besides Gardevoir and, I believe it was SBT seasons. This thing could also set rocks, and it has priority and E-speed, and close combat's always nice utility. But it just clicks buttons, and combined with the paralysis that's going to be being dished around a lot by Voltorb, yeah, this thing can always come in and do something useful. And speaking of paralyzing things, the Master Chef, Klefki. 3 words, Prankster Thunderwave, and that's all I need to know. Other than that, this thing is in that dex format, so we do still have access to Defog on Klefki, which is going to be very useful if we didn't want to go have stacking ourselves, which we rarely do. But I'm just stalling. There's one Pokemon, almost synonymous with the PWC on our channel, who we've chosen to set up for success with the help of Voltorb and Klefki shenanigans, whether it be screens or safeguard. Snorlax is back! You remember what he did last time he was here, and we are bringing that back! He clicks Curse, don't have a Ghost type? Alright, GG, shake, go to next week. This thing is a monster, and we have the Reflect setup to get this thing onto the field and set up. I am definitely looking forward to using this team, and even if it's not being used to set up something, it's always a nice special tank. Or special wall, I mean, because it just takes special hits forever and a half and can easily strike back plenty hard. Overall, Snorlax is planned to be the main recipient of all the setup, and whether or not it sorts out, we'll know later. But it does have some lackluster physical defense and a fighting weakness, so let's patch that with Gligar. This is supposed to here in case we want to bring Snorlax, and it can synergize it excellently well as our defensive core. It still has access to things like Roost, Defog, and Stealth Fox, very useful defensive backbone. Knockoff is always useful, and this thing can turn other threats in. Plus, it does pack some helper immunities like Electric and Ground, which our other team members could have some issues with, specifically Arcanine. Because while Arcanine is deadly, it's not the easiest thing to get in since it's running Rockhead and not Flashfire. So a defensive monster like Gligar does in fact have that. Next up, Lycanroc Day. You knew we had to bring back Lincoln Lock. It's the 100 subscriber special. It's PWC. We're bringing back one of the All-Stars. Sadly, we couldn't bring back Pete for the All-Star special, but hey, it's fine. And we would have brought back President Thriller for this, but we were locked into Voltorb. And we only one mascot at a time, thank you. But you already know what Lycanroc does. It just revenge kills things, and it hits very hard. It has been a mainstay of the Shadowverse for some time now. He was never officially let onto the Shadowverse, but he's already there. I don't know what else to say. This thing has shown history on the channel. Next up, the Cyclizar. This thing is supposed to be here to balance out our speed tiers and get us some nice utility. Now, Shed Tail is banned because that move is really stupid, but it still has great utility in things like Rapid Spin, Knockoff, and U-Turn, which are pretty rare by Gen 9 standards. That's not really as good of a reason to use it because, well, this is not Dex, but it still is a neat tool to have around. Plus, a generator means it can act as a nice defensive pairing with Gligar and Snorlax, if it comes to that. And of course, it is an excellent speedy support mod in case of the matchup where, I don't know, Lycanroc is bad. Which it probably will. Moving on. So originally, I wanted Sigilyph for this slot. However, due to how the tiers work, you have to grab a lower tiered mod as well. Yeah, tierings are complicated. So instead of going a bootleg option, we got another bootleg! Now, Kadabra, it fills out our speed tiers nicely from going from 100 to 105. Actually, no, we don't have a base 100. It's 90 is our next fastest. I think. I can't read. Yeah. But yeah, this thing is mostly here to be the panic button. Because despite not being fully evolved, it still does hit very respectably hard. That's what it needs to do. It just comes in and kills something, whether it be through counter and mirror code, or just hitting them really hard. Or even doing more Thunder Wave shenanigans in case, I don't know, Snorlax can't quite get the job done yet. Or rather, Mega... Well, we'll say that for our next pick. Screw it. Last pick is Mega Cross! Haha. Not enough of our Pokemon were truly benefiting from paralysis, so I thought, what's something that can do so? Como and Arcanine are nice, but I want another win condition. So I grabbed Mega Heracross, gave it Swords Dance, and sent it off to war. Next thing I know, he's wanted in every country on the planet. Mega Heracross is a monster, especially when given proper paralysis support and screen support. Both things it has very on-hand access to. Take away its weaknesses of being a bit slow, and all of a sudden, this thing has no counters. Like, it just hits way too hard for its own good. But yeah, I'm keeping this short and brief. Rest assured, we have stuff planned for the future of this channel. This is 100 subscribers. We are in, and I'm super excited to show you guys what's going to happen later. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!